Hey guys, hello and welcome to our very first actual episode of Julie Jenda's Monday Market Talk, powered by KW Covina, guys. Today's co-host is one of my very good co-workers, DeHaven Lineker. Everybody say hi. Let her introduce herself. Give me a little backstory. Tell me where you're from. Tell me a little bit about your journey in real estate.
Okay, my name is DeHaven Lineker. I've been a licensed real estate agent going on 6 years now. I've been in the industry for 18 years. I come from title and escrow, so I did title for 10 and a half and escrow 2, and I've been a realtor since. So I really love what I do. It's a very rewarding experience to help my clients to achieve their dreams, so it is something amazing.
Okay, I like that. Got a wonderful background in behind the scenes transactions and knowing contracts and everything of that sort. She helped me with my first transaction. She's a savage, just so you guys know. So today's focus of Monday Market Talk is the city of Pomona. So DeHaven, tell me a little bit about Pomona, like local attractions, what's out there.
Okay, I actually live right next to Pomona. I think Pomona is a great little city. Parts of Pomona is San Bernardino County, and other parts is LA County. I could say they have some really great neighborhoods, like Lincoln Park is actually one of the oldest neighborhoods in Pomona. It's a very historical area there, beautiful. It has the Fairplex where the fair is, different types of attractions they have there, the Pomona Mining Company where you can rent a space out for different types of events you may have. Cocoa Palms, a beautiful restaurant where you can have events there as well. It looks over the city, so beautiful views. There's all kinds of things to do.
A lot of different stuff in different areas. Okay, I've been to Pomona and had a couple of great times out there, guys. Just saying. So a couple other fun facts about the city of Pomona. It does have its own police department, guys, which is nice. So you can call them directly instead of going through 911. It doesn't have its own fire department, which is all right. It's part of LA County, and there's 8 stations throughout the city. And as she said, we got a couple of wonderful local attractions you can go to. So some quick market stats, guys. In the last 30 days, the highest price a listing sold for was $705,000, and the lowest was $235,000. And your average was about $420,000 in between those two out of everything. So D, currently I'm looking at the active inventory in the city of Pomona, and out of 161 current active listings, 55 of them have had price correction. So that's about 34% of the average market. Where do you think that's coming from?
That could be coming from a number of issues. It could be the prices, the property of the property is overpriced. Normally, sometimes if the client is not educated and they just put a price out there, normally what agents tend to do is they'll go with what the seller would want to go with. However, if you're going to do that, I would actually put in the contract that if they don't get any activity within the first week or 2 weeks, that they would suggest a price reduction be done, because normally houses they don't sell if the price is not right, the condition's not right, or the availability isn't right. So those are the 3 reasons normally why a house would not sell, but typically it is pricing or condition, more or less.
Okay.
I would think that it would be because they're not getting the activity or not any offers at all. That would
That's been causing the price corrections. And then do you think this is potentially a continuing trend based on that information?
Oh, absolutely. This is why it's so important to educate the client with what has actually sold in the area, because when you take facts to your client, sometimes you can present facts, but it can either they could take it or they cannot. It just depends on your seller and actually if they really want to sell or not. So that's what it's
okay. And then one last quick question about that. What do you feel about the market? I mean, is this a market for opportunity? Is it time to pull back?
It is market. It is a market for opportunity because there's a lot of options that you have. See, people tend to think that now when you purchase a home that you have to have seasoned money, and you don't have to have seasoned money anymore like you did 10 years ago before the crash. Also, you can borrow money from as a gift from family or friends. You can take money out for your down payment out of your 401k. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do in order to get the down payment for your first home. I think that right now it would be in the best interest of a buyer to buy now, because they're predicting that the interest rates will be at 5.5% before the end of the year. And that's going to price out a lot of people out of the market big time.
So definitely, as she said, a big opportunity, a big chance for opportunity to make things happen, is because some of the people who are not as serious about buying a home, they get scared away as things change, but the serious buyers will have less competition to make things happen. And quickly, before we tie it all up and I say my goodbyes and you say goodbye, what's something that happened during a transaction that occurred and that you corrected for your client to make sure the transaction went smoothly and didn't blow up, and your client was like, oh, this is the first time it's happened to me, it's never happened to anybody else? What is something that you did or you went above and beyond to help make everything go smoothly so your client could either sell their home and buy another one or purchase the home of their dreams?
There's been quite a few scenarios that have happened within my transactions that have either helped or not helped so much, but one of the things that I was really in awe about is sold a house for a veteran. He wanted to purchase in Ontario. Just so happens that the property that he purchased belonged to a police officer, and so they actually got along very well during the transaction. However, during the times of inspection, my buyer, who is an electrician himself, discovered that there was some shoddy electrical work done that was just recently done. So, and then also there was roofing issues. My buyer had went above asking price for the home to actually land the home because there were a lot of offers
It was a bidding war.
It was a bidding war.
Okay. Happens.
It does. And so during the negotiation period, the due diligence period, my buyer...
Well, rolled up your sleeves and got to work for him?
Right. My buyer wanted a credit for the issues that were...
The issues, okay. The
yeah,
shoddy
which was
work. The electrical and the roofing, okay.
And the roofing.
So how did you get that? What did you do in negotiations to make it happen for your client?
So what I did for my client is I got 2 different estimates from a roofer that we found together.
Okay.
That came out and did the estimates for the roof. That was roughly around $3,000. And then we went back to the people that actually did the electrical work because they were supposed to pull permits, and that didn't happen. So I actually had the conversation with them and wanted to see how we could rectify the situation, because it was something that needed to be done moving forward, because the concern for my client is electrical fire or something that to that nature, and he had 2 little boys.
And being a professional in the industry, he already knows, like, oh, that's not good work, so I need to correct it.
Right. So
okay.
he knew that it was going to need to be corrected, and it wasn't cheap either. It was going to cost him about $4,000, $4,000 or $5,000 to be done. So that's about $8,000 in work that he needed to, or he wanted to ask the seller to do. Well, so I never in my, I've asked for $10,000 seller credit, but never normally have gotten it from my buyer. But in this case, we were able to get $8,000. It took a couple of days, but I let the agent know that if we don't give him what he wants, he's probably going to back out, which he was going to, definitely. He was going to back out. But they ended up working with him. He got the $8,000 credit. He's in his home. He loves his home. And he's a happy buyer.
Okay, so that was a great little story. I mean, definitely, guys, if you got a wonderful realtor in your corner working for you, the transaction can always go through. And if not, there's always a way out depending on your realtor, because, yeah, there's always a way out. Just fun fact. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys loved it. D. Haven, thank you for coming and tuning in. I'm glad you're relaxed and chilling now. And stay tuned next week, guys, as I bring you Jackie Andrade. She's a savage, a young go-getter like myself. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll see you next week. Bye. Later.
Bye.
Thanks. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.